So far in 2024, Xbox has had their backs against the wall. Following the closing of the Microsoft Activision Blizzard merger, the company found itself having to retool their business plan to include shipping certain games third party and having to save face after closing some of their studios. And this is all while a constant chorus of detractors, increasingly their own fans, say that Xbox is finished. 4 years into the latest generation, and the company hasn't had that one must-buy game. Feeling the team took that personally. I'm CapnTrippz, and here are my takeaways from this year's Xbox Games Showcase. The 2024 Xbox Games Showcase will go down in history as one of the most solid presentations on record. Personally, I think it was Xbox's best showing ever. If you've not taken a look, I highly suggest you do. They kept dropping jaw droppers one after the other. Here are some of my highlights from the showcase and games you should be on the lookout for in the next 18 months. Spoiler alert, there is no COD here. That shit gets no play, am I right?
And now I get to introduce something that is special to me. As someone who has played games for as long as I have, it's amazing that I get to set up this world premiere. So thank you all for joining us, and please enjoy the show.
What about Darkspawn?
Yeah, someone who will stand between us and a pack of demons.
Fans of the series have been clamoring for another Dragon Age for 10 years, no lie. The tactical action RPG series' last entry, Inquisition, dropped in 2014, and that year it won multiple Game of the Year awards. But other than confirming its development in recent years, BioWare had been mum up until the past few weeks when they changed the slated name of the game to highlight the cast of characters. You can see that here in this trailer.
One that the world can count on. But where are we gonna find her?
But it's interesting to see the mixed reception of the trailer, with some fans deriding the art style and others laughing at the Avengerization of the characters. I just think it's too early to say what the game is or isn't, just based off a trailer. The game is getting its own showcase, so I hope everyone gets the answers they want. Either way, the game drops this fall.
And paint again. Paint a new number. Ticking down every year. One stroke. And everyone of that age vanishes into nothingness.
This world is full of wonders. Yet everywhere we
The visuals got me on this one. This looks like an active type turn-based combat game, and I want parts. The world just looks amazing. The enemies look dope, and it may just be me, but I'm getting Lies of P and that new Persona series metaphor, Refanzio. I'm getting those vibes. Definitely adding this to my Game Pass queue.
Our Expedition 33.
If you ring that bell, heed my skedaddle.
You better not skedaddle.
Go on now, scoot. I'll pick you up yonder after to go find your mom.
Trifling ass mudcat.
Hey, I heard that.
South of Midnight. You already know. This is day one for the kid. It's a southern gothic story told in a stop motion type art style with a black woman protagonist who feels solid. Glad we're getting an opportunity to see gameplay for this. I, along with many others, have been wondering when we'd hear more about the game. We'll have to wait until next year, but it looks like Compulsion has one on their hands. We'll see in 2025.
Back to the west. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. The clock is ticking.
I am fully in the camp that Metal Gear Solid 1 through 3 is the perfect game trilogy. That's just facts. When Kojima is focused on telling a story, he's pretty on par with the best of the storytellers. And this being the jumping off point or delta of a new version of the story being told, it makes sense. I don't fuck with Konami for what they did to Kojima, but if they started here and went back to the original Metal Gears, I wouldn't be mad.
Whose crazy idea was this anyway? Freeze. Speak.
This looks like a complete rebuild of an already amazing game. If they didn't add anything else, Konami is going to win here. I'm going to give it a shot to see if they can stay out of their own way. I think I'm a cop in November. What about you?
I was wrong.
Welcome to Garden City, where it's a pleasant 23 degrees all day, every day.
How far to his last known location?
Local forces are also tracking his whereabouts. You need to find him before they do.
I'll have to improvise.
Second floor.
I have no connection to this series at all, other than when I played it when the 360 launched, and then the series went dark. It was a nice surprise to see the series modernized. Dare I say, the things they showed look cool to me, but we're also in a drought of that modern stealth genre type game. This may bring that feeling back.
Clear. I'm going in blind. Carrington! Damn it! Analyze. What am I looking at here?
Carrington appears to be targeting a research facility. If he attacks it, the casualties could be astronomical.
Right now, there's no release window for this, so we'll see if we get more information later, or if this will be one of those perennial, here's an updated trailer to show you we haven't forgotten about it type game. Speaking of which.
I mean, sure, you get your mega fans,
You are like literally my favourite person.
your haters,
It's like a fan club, but we hate you.
your chancers, and the occasional giant toad, for some reason. But it's more than that.
While I'm really excited for this reboot to drop, I feel like I've been waiting on it for years. This is the second year in a row where they've done this interview style type trailer to give us a peek behind the proverbial curtain at this game. It looks amazing from what they're showing, but how much of this will be in-game? There's more than a year left for them to show us, but I'm kind of tired of the cinematic / tech demo type trailer for a game we've been teased all throughout the pandemic.
The skill, the talent, the power. She was something else, all right. She was...
They say it's dropping in 2025, but every year has been a next year, so we'll see.
My mixtapes bend others to my will. It's a strange, almost cosmic talent.
Go back to a time where summers lasted forever, when friendships were unbreakable and any trouble was good trouble.
This year, I want to ride a flaming stallion of delinquency.
Yes!
The homies and I were in Discord watching the showcase when this one came on, and at least two of us thought that Mixtape was Lost Records, the new game from the Life is Strange crew. But I'm glad it's not. It's something else entirely that apparently pulls at the same strings, and Annapurna makes good product. And I just found out that Beethoven and Dinosaur also did The Artful Escape, which was fucking amazing. Definitely go play that if you haven't. But then coming off of that and seeing a new trailer for a new Life is Strange threw me for a loop. If you've been around on the Twitch side of things, you know I've played all of the Life is Strange games. So each entry has been its own contained story. So it was interesting to see them return back to Max Caulfield. That decision is already being argued down by fans of the games. And I want to ask, why do y'all care so much?
Focusing my power, I somehow shifted. And
to a parallel timeline. Here, Sophie is still alive. The danger stalks our every step. And only I can investigate both realities.
Hang on. Parallel world?
I can still save Sophie. If I can solve and prevent the same murder.
Life is Strange drops this fall, while you'll have to wait a little longer for Mixtape to Burn. That drops in 2025.
Did your father ever tell you why my bones ache in the weather? War. Their soldiers killed everyone.
I do not fear our enemy.
I got caught staring as this trailer played out, but as soon as I saw Shawty running on the roof, I knew that even though it had been updated, that fluid movement felt familiar. I knew it was Assassin's Creed before she even popped out with her hidden blade. This Nayoi character looks like she's gonna be a problem.
Our people deserve to be freed of the oppressor's grasp.
Vengeance is a lonely path now. Believe me, there are other ways to heal.
Then entered your boy Yasuke, and I'm looking forward to going toe-to-toe in some of these fights with him, just as I'll look to be becoming a deadly shadow with Nayoi.
There is much we will learn from each other, Yasuke.
You crazy as hell if you thought I wasn't gonna play the nigga assassin game. I've been thirsty for another Gears of War game. People think of Xbox and go straight to Master Chief, but I don't think enough people put enough respect on Marcus Phoenix's name. I was so thirsty and excited by the gameplay in the trailer that I wasn't really picking up on the cues, like the emergency broadcast or the old school Lancer model. Yes, this will be a prequel, and I'm already seeing theories about what we may see or what will happen in this game, and all I can say is I'm excited to see it all start again before it ends. They even had Mad World playing in the trailer. There's no date on this one, which means that it'll be a while before we see it, which also means that it'll be hella long before we even get to Gear 6. Those were my takeaways from the Xbox Game Showcase. Now, I showed 10-11 games, and that's like less than half of the amount of games that they showed updates coming to within the next 18 months. So once again, if you were on the fence about Xbox before, they're hoping that this showcase would have firmly placed you on their fence, on their side of the fence at least. I wouldn't rank this as a perfect showcase, even though I said it's their best showing ever and this is one for the ages. I would give it an 8 or 8.5 out of 10, just to say that again, throughout the entirety of the showcase, there were some things that I liked and there were some things that I didn't like. I am not beholden to Xbox, even though I guess I can say I'm an Xbox gamer, have been since high school. So really excited by the gauntlet that they laid down themselves, and not just laying down to what the gaming community thinks of them or thinks they should do. Shout out to Phil, Matt, Sarah Bond, everybody on the Xbox team. Great work here. I hope that translates to a little bit of leeway when it comes down to what the devs themselves have to go through. One thing I want to do before we end this video is I want to tip my hat to the devs out there, the ones who worked on really good games that maybe didn't get the best look, whether it be at Summer Games Fest or at any other showcase. I want to give my tip my hat to the devs that worked on games that kicked ass, and even in spite of those games that kicked ass, their studio may have not gotten the best news this past year. There's been a lot of that. As we celebrate games during Summer Games Fest, let's also give a lot of love to those devs, the ones that are working, the ones that were working on something, the ones that are working on something, whether it's inside or outside of the system that's set up for us. I tip my hats to you just for your creativity and ability to look to the future and provide something for us gamers to chomp down on. So I'm excited by all this, and I hope there's more, not just for Xbox gamers, but for gamers across the spectrum. So my name is CapnTrippz. This has been my video about the Xbox Game Showcase. Hop in the chat if you are an Xbox gamer or not, it doesn't matter. Let me know if you've seen something, whether it was in this showcase or not, that you're excited to play in the next year or so. Let me know what games you liked, what games you didn't like. Leave a comment below. Make sure you guys like this video, and if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe so we can go ahead and keep this conversation going. My name's Trippz, and peace.